Judges, chapters 1 through 21. Once in hush of midnight forming, dread so thick yet swiftly swarming, Israel's cries in moaning echoes, reaching heaven's starless gloom. Bitter starlight hissed a warning, twisting nightmares into morning. Broken altars claimed devotion, yet their pleas upward soared to doom. Tribes in fractious tears were scattered, hoping might reclaim their lost tomb. Still the thunder of the nightfall found their hearts all bereft of room. Bones of ancient heroes shifting, call from dust forever drifting. Bowing low at broken idols, Israel yearned to spark a flame. Chaos trembled at her turning, forging hearts of grievous yearning. Horses thundered past the valleys, Sisera's troops a dire choir. Jael's cunning soared in silence, driving nails through wicked desire. Thus the song of triumph gathered, lifting hope one measure higher. In the hush of moistened morning came Deborah, strong and warning, summoning Barak to battle, fanning faith's unyielding fire. Seers and prophets bore a gifting, haunting words of hope uplifting. Yet the foes with iron chariots forced the chosen into shame. Leaders rose like Gideon, trembling, clinging only to God's name. Still they fell, hearts tossed by torment, sinking so deep in doubt the same. Shadows coiled in corners smirking, Ehud rose with cunning lurking. Secret blade beneath his garment, poised to answer bondage's dire call. Eglin's throne in pomp was jerking, soon undone by Ehud's working. Moab quaked beneath the terror as the trembling fortress did fall. Shouts of triumph shook the city, echoing through each secret hall. Blood and freedom wove together, binding hearts still beyond them all. Oxgoad hammered fate while swinging, Shamgar's wrath so bleakly clinging. 600 foes in scattered ranks, their harsh screams still etched cold in stone. Victory raged, a chorus bringing, still hearts in weary singing. Faltered oaths and battered altars still left them kneeling at no throne, seeking rest among the old ruins, searching answers in each bone. Shamgar's story gently faded, still drowned by time's unyielding groan. Burning torches lit the darkness, sins returned with fervor burning. Canaan's idols lured the weary, binding souls upon the air. Wicked wonders left them yearning, hearts in chains of secret turning. Nightfall found the tribe ensnared, locked within a creeping snare. Ruing vows in anguished silence, fracturing dreams in raw despair. Then in dust they raised a pleading, starward shaped in trembling prayer. Gideon heard a hushed forewarning, threshing wheat in quiet mourning. Weakest clan yet chosen victor, thus the angel's voice was clear. Hiding fear, yet still adorning, mustering courage in its dawning. Idols toppled in the moonlight, fathers raged in vengeful sneer. But the fleece drank dew from heaven, oath of hope to calm his fear. Midian quaked before 300, shattered by the Lord so near. Men cried out for Gideon's power, begged him rule from lofty tower. Yet he turned from royal visions, giving praise to one on high. Still that glory dimmed each hour, drifting hearts began to sour. Once he died, the tribes grew reckless, forging idols in the lie. Abimelech, with bloody cunning, seized the throne by blade and sigh. 70 sons lay cold in silence, truth a distant, strangled cry. Jephthah, child of scorn and sorrow, found his strength no clan would borrow. Bargained by his fearful brethren, he returned in battle's flame. Ammon fell beneath his arrow, yet his vow birthed grief to follow. From his doors came dancing footfalls, only daughter bore the blame. Tears of youth on lonely ridges soared above the hills in shame. Israel's cycle spiraled downward, hollow hearts too numb to tame. Samson's birth in fervent wonder, angel words like rolling thunder. Nazarite from womb to twilight, strength ablaze in surging might. Lion roared, but soon went under, rended wide by God's sole blunder. Honey sweet from lion's carcass, wedding riddles sealed the night. Yet the lure of Philistine whispers drew his passion from the right. Secret told to cunning Delilah, hair cut down in fateful plight. Captive eyes that once were glaring found the darkest cell unsparing. Grinding grain in Gaza's prison, mocked by foes with laughter grim. Yet the hair by slow comparing grew again, with grace repairing. In the temple, pillars parted, Samson's arms refused to dim, crushing down the crowding tyrants, bringing victory through him. Though he died in final fervor, Israel's cry rose from the rim. Tribes of Dan in searching hunger spied the land with warlike thunder. Micah's idol stolen swiftly, Levite drawn to broader claim. Laish fell in violent plunder, peaceful homes reduced to wonder. Turned to ash beneath the war cry, twisted fortune, wrought by shame. God was absent in their temples, hearts unhinged from holy frame. Still the cycle churned unbroken, lost in sin's repeated game. A Levite took a concubine, leading soon to night's decline. City squares withheld their shelter, brutish men seized hold of dread. Morning found a battered outline, cruelty set in dark design. 12 cold pieces sent through Israel, horror swift in fury spread. Tribes convened with righteous anger, vengeance sharpened, rivers red. Benjamin stood fierce in battle, brothers clashed till hope lay dead. Oaths unyielding sowed division, nearly crushed one tribe's position. Wives withheld by solemn promise, then reclaimed through cunning ploy. Men of Benjamin, by decision, stole the dancers in derision. Festivals turned bleak and broken, sorrow tangling bride and boy. Every heart in guilt lay choking, stories that no love could buoy. In those days, no king yet guided, each pursued a reckless joy. Now the years advanced untethered, hearts forgetting bonds once weathered. Angels, judges, fleeting warnings shrank beneath a restless tide. Yet the Lord, though scorned and blethered, kept his covenant unsevered, waiting still for contrite spirits, turning from their pagan pride. Barren deserts yearned for water, faith to flourish deep inside. All the land sat lost in shadow, craving what the heart denied. From the hills a sunrise gleaming, hints of hope within its beaming. Doubtless souls still prayed for mercy, stumbling through each daily test. When their tears were softly streaming, voices rose through gloom, redeeming. Though the idols claimed their portion, every judge had fought with zest. 7 times they sank in darkness, 7 times the Lord addressed. Deep within the chaos churning, truth remained though sore oppressed. Tola, Jair, brief in story, kept the watch for Israel's glory. Flickers in the pages swirling, lesser known yet standing strong. Scores of donkey riders hoary, weaving edges of God's quarry. Judges rose and judges faded, notes in heaven's solemn song. Still the pattern, unabated, dragged the weary crowd along, begging for a stable kingdom, yearning where they might belong. Mountains echoed with a calling, tyranny of foes was falling. When the Spirit stirred the chosen, warlike banners soared anew. Yet the seeds of pride, appalling, sprouted soon, each vow forestalling. Men cast off the law of Yahweh, hearts too quick to misconstrue. Every triumph turned to sorrow, every dawn in dust it blew. Still the watchers told the children, brighter faith might yet ensue. Harlot lures from lands surrounding, altars built with drums resounding. Baal and Ashtoreth enticed them, cheap illusions of control. Time and time again, astounding, God's own wrath left them confounding. Yet a judge would rise in pity, rescue souls from pain's patrol. Then the cycle, unrelenting, once more took its fateful toll. Only grace beyond all measure matched the sum that sin could dole. Dust of conquest drifted thicker, forging gloom in hearts that flicker. Naphtali and Zebulun faltered, Reuben lingered by his fold. Even Ephraim's envy bickered, tongues of flame in envy's snicker. Lawless roads grew steep in terror, few would tread them bright or bold, but a spark in faithful watchers, longing for the tale foretold, murmured pleas for further guidance, comfort for the tired and cold. So the chapters arch in grieving, each betrayal, each retrieving. Judges tested weak-limbed nations, pressed to see their heart's intent, though the weary kept on cleaving, stumbling forward, yet believing. Somewhere out of battered footsteps, faint the sign of King Long meant. One day, monarchy would gather, shift the mode the people went. But for now, the shadows lingered, as their trust in God was spent. Penultimate in sorrow's staging, hearts undone or fiercely raging. Year by year, the yoke grew heavier, longing for a regal crown. All the while, the text presaging how a single voice engaging would unite the tribes in purpose, cast the idols crumbling down. But in Judges' final chapters, bleakness wears a crooked frown. No clear dawn emerges, certain, hush now, lest the soul may drown. Yet beyond each judge's story, deeper truth affirms God's glory. Human hearts may drift from promise, wander rough in desperate plight. Still the Holy One stands hoary, shepherding through rites so gory. In this tale of swords and failures, mercy streams with steadfast light. Where oppression meets deliverance, grace and justice both ignite. Till the book at last reminds us, we need one who rules us right,